Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the retirement ceremony for Major John Reinhardt. And by Navy time, it is 1 o'clock somewhere. Please stand for pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the prisoner of war missing in action ceremony.
As you enter a banquet hall today, you may have noticed a small table in a place of honor. It is set for one. This table is our way of symbolizing the fact that members of our profession of arms are missing from our midst. They are commonly called POWs or MIAs. We call them brothers. They are unable to be with us this afternoon, so we remember them. This table is small. It symbolizes the frailty of one prisoner alone against his oppressors. Remember, the tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to the country's call into arms. Remember, the single rose displayed in the vase reminds us of the families and the loved ones of our comrades in arms who keep the faith, awaiting their return. The red ribbon tied so predominantly around the vase is in remembrance of the red ribbon worn on the lapels and the breast of thousands who bear witness to their unyielding determination to demand the proper accounting of our missing. Remember, the candle, it is lit, symbolizing the upward reach of the unconquerable spirit. Remember, a slice of lemon is on a bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. Remember, the salt upon the bread plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. Remember, the glass is inverted. They cannot toast us off tonight. Remember, the chair's empty. They are not here. Remember. Remember all of you who served with them and called them comrades, who depended upon their might and aid and relied upon them, for surely they have not forsaken you. Remember. Remember until the day they come home. Remember.
Please be seated. We grow old in service to our country. I'm going to tell you a little bit about John. Most of you think you know him, but there's a lot more about him. Major John Reinhardt began his career in March 1969 when he joined the United States Navy. He was assigned to the USS Pyro, pictured on the back table, the gunner's mate. The ship's mission at the time was to replenish ordnance and for use civilians, bombs and bullets hit other ships in the Tonkin Gulf. And for those who forgot your history, that Gulf is where our war began in Vietnam. It was not a friendly place. In 1971, gunner's mate Reinhardt took his honorable discharge and returned to civilian life. Went back to college and graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. He entered law enforcement in St. Johns County, in St. Johns, Michigan. And during that time, he joined the Army National Guard as a military police specialist. In June 1979, 10 years after beginning his service to his country, he accepted a direct commission as a military police officer. And that's one of the first times I've heard it. In 1981, John Reinhardt accepted an active duty appointment and returned to Fort McClellan with an assignment with the 12th MP Battalion. After his tour at Fort McClellan, he was assigned to Germany, where he became the executive officer at the fort with the Frankfurt Region Criminal Investigation Division. And that area was in a city of about 2 to 3 million people and very active. He was next assigned to company commander of the 109th MP Company. This assignment is a prestigious selection reserved only for a few people to command an MP company responsible for the Corps Commander's security in Frankfurt, Germany. This is a competitive selection, and it's not just for anyone. In 1985, John returned to Fort McClellan and attended the Military Police Officer Advanced Course. Upon his graduation, he was assigned to the Proponency Office at the MP School. Again, this assignment in the Proponency Office is very important. The Proponency Office was responsible for representing our regiment to the Department of Army regarding the positions for every soldier in the regiment. It involved force structure, it involved doctrine, and as you see from that explanation, this wasn't a hey you assignment. John was picked for the assignment based on his knowledge, his skills, and his leadership. Being assigned to such a prestigious position, he had a daily contact with Brigadier General Sten, the commandant of the regiment. In 1987, Major Reinhardt transferred to the 87th Maneuver Command Reserve Unit, Birmingham, Alabama. He stayed there until he retired from the reserves in 1995. John is a decorated veteran, Vietnamese Campaign Service Ribbons, the Navy Meritorious Service Ribbons, Humanitarian Service Ribbon, and the Meritorious Service Medal. Major John Reinhardt is married to his beautiful wife Cheryl, sitting with him here. Sorry about that. And they live here in Jacksonville. Through this meritorious and committed service to our nation, while we're both active in combat reserve, most of us are all well aware of John's commitment and professional attitude toward his country over the last 40 years. I ask you now to please stand and join me as Command Sergeant Major Pearl publishes his retirement order.
Attention to orders. The certificates for having served faithfully and honorably, and he is therefore under public law retired from the United States Army, and this was given under the hand of General George W. Casey, the Chief of Staff of the Army, on the 6th day of August 2009.
I appreciate everybody coming here today. Friends and relatives. I want to acknowledge that Post 57, 2 miles next is ceremony. I want to honor my good friend Tony Fisher and his wife Bonnie in Chicago. And I just appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much.
This concludes the ceremony. When the party begins.